Hello, Jeff. It is Tuesday, still, technically. I mean, for you, for a few more hours, anyway. So, hi! Hey, we'll see you in the future. School finally just started up for me again. This week is the first week of school, so, you know, process that for a little bit. I've been working on class things, so I figured I'd just do something kind of simple for today's re-entry after our impromptu hiatus. So, today I will be doing a classic YouTube format of making a list of things. So, without further without further doings and goings on, without any of that stuff, here is the list of top 5 things that are on this list of things. Number 5, game section. This isn't an actual thing. However, it does describe a bunch of games that I've been playing recently. This isn't something I started doing on purpose, but somehow or other I ended up with this small handful of indie games that were all focused on going into people's minds and messing with their memories through dreams or something. So I thought I'd share some of those because they're cool. The first one in this sublist is called Yume Nikki, which is a weird game about something involving freakish dream worlds made in kind of adorable looking Super Nintendo-ish graphics that are also nightmarishly weird. It's awesome and free, so check that one out if you get a chance. There's also To the Moon, which I ended up with somehow. Was it in a bundle of some sort? I can't remember. I get a lot of cheap or free games. Anyway, it's about scientists going into this old guy's brain to change his memories because he wants to think he went to the moon. It's gathered a lot of acclaim and accolades, but I haven't really played that much of it myself so far because, as I said, lots of games and time, not so much of that. There's also Psychonauts, which I think you probably have because I think it was on a Humble Bundle. It was made by Double Fine, which has people who worked on like LucasArts adventure games back from in the 80s time. More weird mind adventures. There's a game I stumbled across called Anodyne, I think that's how you pronounce it. It also involves dream adventures, and it's got this sort of Zelda top-down adventure style, and you fight things with a broom. So if that's something you're looking for, and who isn't, then yeah, that one's totally worth looking at. So yes, game section. Games about going into brains. It's a type of game now, I guess. I'm fine with this. Number 4, William Gibson novels. Specifically, the older Sprawl series, which I've read Neuromancer like a bunch of times, but for some reason or another, I never actually got around to reading Count Zero and Mona Lisa Overdrive, which are the 2 sequels to Neuromancer, until very recently. Specifically, I was reading them while we were in Shanghai because I equated going to that city with Deus Ex Human Revolution, and super bummed that I didn't get any cybernetic or nano augmentations while we were there. Rip off. But anyway, the books were cool, and so was the city, so not rip off. Actually, they're really worth reading if you haven't, because the plots are a lot more complicated and interwoven than Neuromancer's was, because it jumps through the points of views of different characters that at the beginning you have no idea how they're related, and they weave themselves into a tighter knot as you get closer to the climax. So pretty rad. And speaking of awesome outdated cyberpunk stuff, number 3, Comtrues. Comtrues is an electronic music artist, or whatever they're called. Caleb sent me a link to this awesome video for a song called Broken Date. And the video is just this 80s cyberpunk masterpiece. This guy's music is the kind of thing that just makes you want to jack into the Matrix and skim data off some hypercorp before the Zaibatsus catch wind of it and completely melt your cortex. So obviously I've been listening to it pretty consistently as I've been wandering around the sprawling urban metropolises of China. It's great. Number 2, moving away from cyberpunk and weird memory adventures to just regular adventures, because I don't know if you know this, but it is now and always shall be adventure time. Have you watched Adventure Time? Because Adventure Time is awesome and you should be watching Adventure Time. It's like this weird mashup of like whimsical kid logic with that sort of horrifying edge that was in a lot of cartoons when we were growing up. Like, remember Real Ghostbusters and how sometimes it would just be like, yeah, like that. And then with like a heavy injection of classic D&D in the mix there, it's, in the parlance of the internet, it's like just all feels, bro. Yeah, I don't want to say that. I don't want to have said that. And finally, the number one thing on the list of top 5 things that are on this list of things is the top 5 things that are on this list of things. Because this list was totally rad, awesome, boss, fantastic, brilliant, cool, and any other words that I'm not thinking of. So, welcome back to us making videos about things. So yes, we're back, and we have some kind of regular schedule. You Thursday, me Tuesday. Those are the days we have to post. I feel like if we want to throw up some extra stuff, if something cool happens, why not? But otherwise, I've got some other projects I'm working on, but no details right now. Save those for, you know, when I see you, which is, of course, in the future.
They will see you in the future.